Oh, that's really
so
sad. It's not silly at all.
No.
It is like a silent bereavement.
Millennials to me look like the coolest generation of parents that have ever existed, right?
Thank you. They
Is she
can't
a
pick
doll?
and choose.
Yeah.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Is she a toy?
Yeah.
All right.
Do you get a chance to say goodbye?
Your
or
dad
is it
is
just
a
over?
dirty dog.
Now they're having to meet a new adult. And then they're also not choosing when that adult exits.
Yes.
When you become a step parent, you're expected to like take on children, do everything for them like they're your own children. But then they can just get, if a breakup happens, taken away, and then what do you do then?
It's not appropriate to just have this person that was like a caregiver and a very present person in the children's lives just disappear.
But I just feel like society hates step parents for no reason other than we've been fed this kind of narrative.
If the children thought that I had abandoned them, like if I was in that situation, that would torment my soul.
Hi guys, I'm Kate Ferdinand and this is Blended, the podcast where we have real, honest conversations about blended life. I'm with my two amazing co-hosts, Natalie and Priscilla, and today we're diving into a dilemma which is a difficult one, the silent grief that step parents feel when families separate.
Yeah.
So be ready. But before we go into that, how are you feeling, ladies?
I'm feeling good.
Oh my... Cilla is feeling good. I never thought I'd hear the day.
Yeah. I had really yummy food and it's just made my soul feel happy.
Oh, I'm so pleased. We need to feed
Thank
her
you.
more.
Love that for you.
How are you, Natalie?
I'm good as well. Yeah. I know, right?
I'm a bit shocked. Is everyone okay?
I'm good. Yeah. I'm feeling quite excited about this episode, actually.
Oh,
It is
yeah.
a heavy subject, but it's, I have quite a few opinions on it, so.
Juicy.
She is
Juicy.
ready. Okay, great.
And you?
Well, about time. Just waiting for it. I'm feeling absolutely fine. I'm feeling good, guys.
Good.
Good.
I don't know what to say. Like, what do you say? I'm feeling good.
Yeah. Looking good.
Oh my
Take the
gosh.
compliment.
Anyway,
Take
let's
the
begin.
Take
I've
the
been in my
compliment.
feelings a bit, and they're basically.
I'm gassing you up because
Yeah.
you're butting, so
I
you
said, should I
deserve
put
it.
my hair up? Should I have done this? Should I have done this? And I'm just getting eyes at me. Okay, are you good at taking compliments?
I mean, yes.
Sometimes.
I agree with the compliments I get.
And I definitely
like, give me an
notice.
example.
Go on.
Oh, you look so cute today. Thank you. In my head, I'm like, I know. Do you know what I mean? Or like, oh my gosh, you've done your makeup so nice. You've just affirmed what I know. Thank you. So yeah, like I can take it because it's true. But like if I feel like bloated or something like that and someone says, oh my gosh, you're looking trim, I'm just like, you liar.
You're
That's
like
it.
just radically
You're a
honest,
liar.
aren't
Yeah.
you?
Yeah.
I love that.
Yeah, time is short.
Yeah, I love that. I've got to get better at that. I'm going to work on that. Absolutely. Tell me something nice.
You look gorgeous today.
Thank you so much.
You're welcome.
I know.
What?
See how easy that
Yeah.
No,
goes?
it is better energy when you do that. Just
It
like
Yeah.
really
Yeah.
is, yeah.
Yeah, thank you so much,
Thank
guys.
you. Yeah, that's it.
Okay, should we get into this dilemma then?
Let's get into it.
Hi, ladies. I don't even know how to put this into words, but I'm heartbroken. I was in a relationship for 6 years and helped raise my partner's 2 daughters. We did everything together, school runs, birthdays, holidays. Now the relationship's over and I haven't seen them in months. I've reached out, but their mum says it's not appropriate and their dad doesn't want to confuse things. Everyone says it's part of breaking up, but it doesn't feel like a breakup. It feels like a bereavement. And the worst part is I'm grieving silently because no one really sees it that way. Is it silly that I still cry about it every day? Oh, that's
That's so
really
sad.
sad. It's not silly at all.
No.
It is like a silent bereavement.
Yeah.
It's a loud
And
one.
your feelings are your feelings. They're big feelings. And thankfully, she's allowing them out and she's not just internalizing everything. So the tears are not silly.
Because it's like when we've spoke about this a few times before, I don't think we've gone like in depth on this
Yeah.
kind of subject. When you become a step parent, you're expected to like take on children, as if they're your own, love them as if your own, do everything for them like they're your own children. But then they can just get, if a breakup happens, taken away, and then what do you do then?
You have no legal rights over the children.
Well, actually, we learnt that you can get legal rights.
Yeah.
But basically, if you fill out like a particular form and like both biological parents, providing they're both alive, agree, you can get parental rights over your...
But I don't think you're going to get that when you've broken up from the partner. I think that's not realistic.
Yeah,
is
you're not gonna seek it.
Yeah.
But I'm just saying, if you had it before you broke up, you still have it.
Yeah, it's true.
Right.
You still have rights over the kids. Do you know what I mean? But like touching on what you were just saying, again, this is why it's good to like keep the reality within the blended families, because when people are banging their drum, you must love your stepchildren, you must love them straight away. It's like you are ignoring the fear of the fact that these children are not mine and they can be taken away from me at any moment. Or if I choose to leave, I will be forfeiting my relationship with them. So there's that. And then it's like the flip side of, oh, I don't really love like my stepchildren kind of thing. And then if you do break up, there's more like understanding that, yeah, this is just a part of breaking up. Like, wasn't really that bonded to them. My life is reverting back to what it was before I knew them. But that's only when you keep reality within the blended family. Now, when you remove all reality out of it, I think it's really... like when she says it's like a silent grief, it shouldn't be silent at all. It should be obvious and loud, because everyone expects you to fall in love with every child that is in your orbit. So if you no longer have access to them children, does it not hurt? I mean, school teachers cry when their babies move on to the next year. And like, oh, all my nursery kids are going off to big school, won't see them again. And they're feeling some type of way because they spent all this time nurturing them, teaching them their ABCs. Isn't it obvious that a stepmom will feel grieved, or a step-parent would feel grieved if the children that she poured herself into, she can no longer have access to them? And then for the dad to say, it's going to be a bit confusing. And then the mum to say the biological mum to say it's not appropriate.
It's not fair, is it? It was appropriate when...
It's stupid.
It was appropriate when she was helping and looking out and doing school runs and doing all of that kind of thing.
Yeah.
I think it's hard to... How is it not appropriate? Because once a child has formed a relationship with an adult, to take that away from them could be very damaging.
Yeah.
They're already going through the loss of the relationship of their dad and the stepmom. I don't know what is so damaging about having another positive person in your life that loves you, that you could spend some time with, time to time.
Or I don't know, like for me as well, it's not appropriate to just have this person that was like a caregiver and a very present person in the children's lives just disappear without a conversation, without an explanation. That is more confusing for the children. That is more inappropriate for the children. From my perspective, I could see maybe why over time they might want to like slowly phase out as he gets another partner, you know, potentially.
But this is the thing as well. We talk about the expectations on a stepmom, but there's also expectations on a stepchild.
Yeah.
To welcome in the new person, to accept their love, and to get close. And if they don't, God, they're a difficult stepchild, they're hard to love. Yeah. And they get close.
Yeah.
And then the minute a breakup happens, the stepchild, what happens to them? What are their feelings?
Yeah. It's not fair because they didn't choose to be in this like blended family dynamic where now they're having to meet a new adult. And then they're also not choosing when that adult exits like the family. So it's like, you just want me to be in the ebb and flow of your relationship, your love and your feelings, and I'm meant to be stable throughout it all as a child. That doesn't make any sense.
No.
It doesn't make any sense. I think the biological parents are really silly.
And are we like conflating exclusivity, or am I, question for myself, am I conflating exclusivity? Because just now I'm like, you know, maybe to phase out that the relationship with that step parent, because dad may get a new partner and introduce that new partner who then assumes the role of a step parent. But why can't there be many people in the tribe? Oh, this was my dad's ex-partner. We were super close. She's a lovely person. She cares about me a lot. I care about her a lot. Oh, and I also have a stepmom. Like, it is an unknown dynamic. Like, it doesn't feel like we have a template for that in our culture, in society. But I don't see anything wrong with it. If this is a place where love exists and children and people are cared for and considered, then why not?
Yeah, absolutely. I know I'm not meant to bring it back to me, but here I am, because that's how I can relate.
Yeah.
I break up with Rio, God forbid, hope it's not going to happen. There's no way I wouldn't want to be a part of my stepchildren's life.
Yeah.
Like, I've been like, say now it's like 8 years with them. They're a huge part of my life. I'm a huge part of theirs. I know that maybe it might not be able to be perfect the whole time, but I love them.
Yeah.
I would really like want to be part of that. I'd be distraught if it got taken away from me. And I don't think I'd accept that as an answer, to be honest with you.
Yeah.
But then it's difficult. You don't want to cause conflict. She's just listening probably to what they're saying and respecting that. But actually, how do the kids feel? What would the kids like?
You'll never know. And and I think that adds onto the grief. Like, you won't know if the kids are okay, or if they're wondering where you've gone, or if you even love them anymore. I remember that event that we did, do you remember? And she was literally on the mic crying, saying that she sees them on Instagram and how they're when they were young, she took care of them. She like assumed this mothering role, and the dad really wasn't, like, he wasn't really hands-on. He left it to her. And then as the years went by, one time he abruptly broke up with her, didn't really give an explanation. And with that breakup, these 2 children were gone as well.
Yeah.
And they were like her whole kind of life. And she's a child-free woman, and she remains a child-free, like she wants to be child-free. So these were essentially her children.
Yeah.
And like, she said that she sees them on Instagram, but the main thing that really plagues her is that she never really got to say goodbye to them. She never really got to explain to them. She doesn't know if they feel like she's the one that doesn't want to be around them, if she ever loved them. Like, she torments herself thinking that they must think that I've just let them go, but it was out of my control, because the dad said, no, you can't really speak to them anymore.
That would torment me, not knowing if the children thought that I had abandoned them. Like, if I was in that situation, that would torment my soul.
Absolutely.
Yeah. Just knowing that they could be experiencing heartbreak and feeling like I'm the villain in their story because I upped and left them.
I mean, this is a little bit different, but like, I remember the time where my husband was going through parental alienation. And I think that was the main thing that crushed him, because it was so abrupt. He wasn't seeing his son anymore. Obviously, my husband was in pain for other reasons, but I think for him, he was just like, I didn't even get to explain. He doesn't know why, I can't text, I can't call, I can't see. And even for me, like, it was bringing up old wounds, because I was thinking to myself, like, I wonder if my dad ever felt like that. Like, I can't text, I can't call that, because as kids, you just don't really know what's going on. You have an idea, but you don't really know what's going on. And I remember having to like tell my husband, you have spent all these years building such a bond. He's assured in your love. I don't think this is enough to make him doubt your love for him. I don't think you can say the same when it comes to step parents. I just don't think you can. It's like your stepmom would have been in your life for X amount of time or X amount of years. But when they are no longer with your parent, I think everything gets pulled into question for a child. Can a child be able to sit there and say, no, I know this person still loves me, when the reality is the reason why the person was in your life initially was because of your parent?
I mean, it would need to be demonstrated, right? So but she doesn't have the opportunity to demonstrate her love.
This is it.
Yeah, so the child's
There's
just
a
sitting
break
there
off.
confused.
Yeah.
Because there's no access, there's no communication. It's so sad. It's also, as well, like as you were talking, I was just thinking, it's like a consequence of not being a biological parent.
That is so sad, though.
Yeah.
Like, as in,
It's a
you're
risk of not being a
it's the
biological
risk.
parent as well.
What I just find crazy is that, you can love them, do everything for them, and then you just have no rights whatsoever.
Yeah.
People expect so much from you, but can take it away in an instant. That terrifies me, to be honest with you. But I would hope to think now, and I suppose of people with kids of a certain age, that you've built enough of a bond with the children that when they get to a certain age, they would know that you love them and you could continue a relationship anyway, even if it's over the phone.
Yeah.
It's when maybe children are of a young age and parents have got control over them and their phone and what they're doing.
18.
Yeah, they need to be, probably over 18.
It feels like as well, it feels like the role of the step-parent, like it's making me look at that through a really transactional lens. Like you are it's just a duty, it's just a role that you're fulfilling because you're there. It's not about connection or anything else, because if it was, they would allow that to continue.
Yeah.
It's like,
were you really family? Were you really family?
That's what I mean. And when going back to what you talk about, Cilla, is in the reality, like as in that we live, you're saying not in reality.
We live in the ideal, or we
I feel
try for the ideal.
But then that's what's confusing to me, because I feel like it is reality to really love your stepkids.
Yeah.
And really want it. But then you're making me question that.
But don't forget they're your stepkids. That's all I'm saying. Listen to the words that you're saying. It is a reality for me to love my stepkids. You never said my children.
Yeah.
Yeah, you never said my biological children.
Yeah.
You said it's a reality for me to love my stepkids. Yes, fine. Just take stock of every word you just said.
That's
not
all
nice,
I'm saying. Though, is it?
saying.
Do you feel like that? Or, I know they are my stepkids, for example, or whoever's stepkids. But like, why do we have to remind ourselves of that all the time?
Because things like this can happen.
So it's like you always have to live in this world of like fear, just in case something like this is going to happen.
Or you mitigate against it. That's why step parents are out here trying to get parental responsibility, or they're trying to get some kind of like way to solidify their family kind of unit, because there is that reality that all of this could fall apart, or God forbid the biological parent passes away, your stepchildren can be taken away from you.
Yeah.
Like, you have these things at the back of your head, mitigate against them, don't act like it's not real.
Yeah.
Because these things happen. Yeah, have these conversations. Like, I think it's healthy to talk to your stepchildren and say things like, listen, if there's ever an eventuality where I'm not here anymore, for whatever reason, a breakup or I leave or whatever, I want you to be assured of this. I love you. Yeah. I've always loved you, and I always will love you. You are a part of the makeup of who I am. And remind your children that. Remind your children of that often, because you could be snatched out of their life at any time for whatever reason. Because stuff happens.
And do you know what's scary as well? Like, say if you're like a stepmom, you take on the kids, you do everything, and then that decision is kind of out of your hands because, say, like your partner cheats on you.
Yeah.
So you've taken on all of this and you're committed to it. You're committed to the family. You can't imagine life without it. And then all of that gets ripped away from you based on someone else's decision.
Yes.
Yeah, someone else.
That is hard.
And you respect yourself, so you can't stay.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's not about the kids, but you would hope at this point you've done enough active parenting or intentional parenting. You've had good conversations where the children get it. there's a reason why you have to go, this is not about whether you love me or not. Do you know what I mean? Yeah. Have those, like, because I remember even when like the boys started coming back around, I just said like, okay, we're going to have to like tell them if this ever happens again so they understand. And lo and behold, like now I call myself a dormant stepmom because the boys are not in my life the way that they were. But I know for a fact they're not sitting down thinking, oh, my auntie Priscilla didn't like me, or she's the reason why we're not around anymore, or she's the one that caused it. Anyone could come to me and say that they've told these boys that I'm the reason why things are disjointed now. And I'd be like, okay, I know they won't believe you. I don't care, because we've had these conversations. Yeah. I've already jumped ahead of that. So you can't make them feel things about something that's not real.
Yeah, but if they've been told enough, it
becomes their reality.
It becomes a reality. Like,
no, it's impossible, because I've told them that this may happen, and I've told them it's not true, and I told them that I love them, and I told them that they're always welcome. No matter what stops you, me or dad are never ever going to be the reason why. Okay, you are always welcome, no matter what, no matter how many years it takes. I want you to never feel like we have any part in stopping you from being here and being a part of your sibling's life, because that's my main thing as well. It's not even really about me. Like, I want you to love your siblings and your siblings love you. Don't ever forget that. So to me, like, I sit in that comfort. Like, it's fine. If they choose to believe a different narrative, that's out of my hand. There's no torment for me, though.
Do you know what? Sorry. Yeah, I was just going to say, I respect that a lot. And there's something in getting ahead of it. And, when you just know somebody doesn't play about you, there'll be an auntie or an uncle, and deep in your heart, in your core, that person doesn't play about me. I could turn up at their house at 3:00 in the morning, any day of the week, and they will take care of me. It's almost like, as a step parent, if that's how you feel about your stepchildren, you need to get ahead of it. Not out of fear, but just out of reality, just make sure that they know how important they are to you. Yeah. Don't leave anything in like a grey area. Don't leave words unsaid.
Yes.
So should anything ever happen, they always
have an assurance.
Have an assurance from your own mouth that they are so important to you, that they are always going to be like a really important person in your life, that they're always welcome wherever you are. It's hard, like, because you don't, like, when you're in it, you're not going to preempt not being there.
Yeah.
It's not about preempting not being there. The only reason why I had these conversations is because I am your step mum.
But did you have those conversations? You must have had those conversations in the midst of fallout, and you're letting them know, look, no matter what is said or
absolutely happens, in some scenarios, yes. But remember, I was telling you that I have conversations with my biological kids about, if you ever get lost, this is what it is, that kind of thing. It's because I know that these things can happen, and I don't want fear to come that, oh my gosh, if one day I lose one of my kids, they're going to be running around town and I won't be able to find them. So it's all these conversations to me are preemptive because these things can happen, and it's just the reality of life. You might lose a child, a child might be bullied one day. Like, I hope for these things never to happen, but to me, they do happen. So I'm going to talk to you about it. Yeah. Just like online grooming. I don't have a fear that my child is going to be groomed online.
But you're going to prepare them. Yeah.
But am I going to talk to my eldest child about it so she can spot the signs and come to, yes, I am.
But is it appropriate as a step parent to introduce that conversation without biological parent, biological mother, biological father?
What, that you love them?
Know that no matter what happens, I'm always going to be here for you, because that might not be
the reality from the
reality. Might not be within the child's control, or they might be defying their biological parents.
But that's not what you're saying.
I kind of am.
I'm saying no matter what, I will always love you.
Yeah.
Because I might not be
the child
there
as well, by the way. Like, unless they're like of a certain age, they're not really going to get that, are they?
Of course they are. But like
I think it's scary. Like if I said to my son now, Mummy's not here, I always love you, I just think he'd be like, what do you mean? I wouldn't want to say that to him.
They don't understand the concept of like...
Are you going somewhere, Mummy?
Of death.
Yeah.
Do you get what I mean?
Yeah, but then when you're not around, your child's going to know, Mummy said that they always love me.
But they're not going to understand therefore he's not going to remember that tomorrow.
Yeah, that's why you keep doing it, because kids always forget things all the time. That's why you keep doing it. It's a work. I'm not saying it's one and done.
Because it's like a bit like depressing, as in like we're acting as if it's all going to be bad. I can't explain what I mean.
My stepmom was really intense.
Right, it's just like Ria.
I will always love you no matter what.
It's just like Ria always assuring you, like, oh, I love you so much, or you're doing such a great job, or I don't know what I'll do without you. Every now and again, he just drops it in there. And he just wants you to know, like, he's filling up your tank with that assurance based on you as a mum, or based on you as a wife, or you as a woman, or you as a businesswoman. Like, every now and again, he just drops a little, oh, I'm so proud of you. Yeah. It doesn't have to be negative.
But that's better than, like, I'm so proud of you, I love you, but if anything happens to me, I still love you.
But that's not what I'm saying. I'm saying, if you don't see me again, whether I'm here, whether I'm gone, whether there's anything between us, I just want you to be assured I always love you. There's nothing that's not going to make me not love you. And I want you to remember that. So you can put that in any scenario that you like. Oh my gosh, I broke like my mom's favorite vase, but I know that she'll love me, like, regardless. So I'm going to be brave and I'm going to go confess it. Like, it could be something really dumb, like I ate her last chocolate.
Don't do that, because I would be upset.
She might be upset, but I know she'll always love me.
No, I'll always love you.
I know she'll always love me, but she might be vexed with me for now. Drop it in any scenario, but the fact of the matter is that their bank of knowledge of your love is full.
Yeah, that's important. I suppose I don't say if I'm going to go anywhere, but I make it very, very clear on a daily basis to all my children how much I love them.
Yeah.
And I suppose that's just a good, like, something to do when you're a parent or a step-parent. Just reminding people.
Or a spouse or a friend.
Yes, it's true.
Anything. Like, I even think
Tell
to myself.
the people you love that you love them often.
Absolutely.
Yeah, in our group chat, we're always thankful and like talking about how lovely our day is and we've had a nice day and we're this. And I think it's good to tell people, because you don't know when the last time you might not get that chance.
Someone,
Should ex-partners give space to the step-parent to explain to the child what's happening from their perspective?
Oh, depends on the age, the situation.
Like, do you get a chance to say goodbye?
Your
or is it just over?
Dirty dog.
No, but even in a nice manner. Like, I can't imagine looking after kids. This lady who sent in the question has been really like full on, a huge part of the children's lives in all big moments, daily things. Did she get a chance to say goodbye? Or is it you do all that and then it's just see you later, you're out?
I think the parents have a responsibility. Sorry, the
Parents,
father and the stepmom have a responsibility, to align on like how they're going to explain things to the children so that they're not receiving contradicting messages, and communicate that very clearly.
Just like if a mum and dad were breaking up, you would get together.
Yeah.
Because that's exactly what it's like, a mum and dad breaking up.
Yeah. And so much of the dysfunction that children experience, of course, comes from the dysfunction of the parents, step-parents, blended families.
Adults.
If the adults can get it together, communicate well, then children will thrive, regardless of the situation.
Whether it's a sad situation or not. The kids are going to be okay.
Yeah.
Do you think that society in general underestimates the power of a step-parent's relationship with their stepchild, because it feels as though it's not important enough to have these conversations? This relationship that she's built with her stepchildren isn't important enough to continue.
Yeah, absolutely.
That's wild, because we play I think step-parents play such massive roles, as a parent does, in the upbringing of a child.
Yeah, I think if I hate to keep comparing, but I have to. If we can say like a foster parent or an adoptive parent are important, pivotal parental figures, or even grandparents are these important figures in a child, I think it's dumb to not include step parents in there. I think it's just very, very silly and just unnecessarily mean to leave step parents out, because I'm failing to see the difference.
Yeah.
If anything, there's more significance within a step parent because they're bound to live with you at some point. They have a romantic relationship with your biological parent. They're going to have ties, bonds, some type of relationships with other members of the child's family. They're going to be involved in important decisions of the child, and they're going to have access to the child in intimate ways that nobody else would other than a parent. So I think in comparison to an adoptive parent or a foster parent or a grandparent, I'm just, who's carrying more weight?
Yeah.
It's a step parent. But yet the step parent is always sidelined. And I just feel like, honestly, it's going to sound dramatic, but I just feel like society hates step parents for no reason other than we've been fed this kind of narrative or this wicked stepmom trope, and people carry it without really sitting down to think about what is actually so bad about being a step parent. And I don't mean those stories of I had a bad step parent or when I was a step parent, it was so terrible. Like standalone by itself as a role without lived experience, just by definition. What's the problem? What's so bad?
I'm actually not sure, because if you think of a foster parent, they're often praised a lot because they're taking on children that aren't their own, and they do a great job to do that, which I think is amazing, and they should get the praise.
But it's a job that they're paid to do.
No, but even if they're not, it is, but I still think all hats off to people that take on children that aren't their own, and I'm here for praising them. All types of parents that do that. But a stepmom should be aligned, a step parent should be aligned with that. But for some reason, everyone thinks we're wicked. I can't understand it. I don't know what's the problem. But where has that come from? Obviously, it's years and years, like centuries ago. I know we've got the fairy tales and all that. Has it really stemmed from that? I don't know. Where's it stem from?
I think it has stemmed from that. It's like a programming, and people have just like, I'll always retell this story of like one time, like she's gonna be 9 now, but I think she was about 4 one time or 5, and we were just out, and she was just like kind of naming her family dynamic, my daughter. And then after, she was just like, oh, and this is so-and-so, and this is so-and-so, and you're the evil stepmom. And I was just like, just stepmom kind of thing, because in her head, that was just my title. She's not thinking I'm evil. She's not seen me do anything evil. And by definition, she doesn't really know what she's talking about. She just knows that you care for my brothers who are not your children. So I know your title is evil stepmom.
Yeah.
I know that's just what your title is. Doesn't mean much else to her. It's the programming of like media and all of its varying types. But unfortunately, because humans are flawed and some of us do bad things, there are some step parents who have like justified this kind of like
stereotype
kind of thing, but not because they are evil step anything. They're just
bad people.
Yeah. They're just bad people. But it's like, okay, but you now fit this trope now.
Yeah, it's
you
true.
Slide into it.
There are a lot of people that have had really poor experiences with step parents as well.
Yeah,
unfortunately,
because they're bad people.
And often, you know, some of the reasons that are cited around that is like, my step-parent was jealous or threatened by the children from a previous relationship. And I don't know why, but I feel like maybe it's millennials to me look like the coolest generation of parents that have ever existed, right?
Thank you very much.
Absolutely, right?
I'm a cool mum.
I'm not a regular mum, she's a cool mum, right? And I feel like millennials are like flipping the script on a lot of stuff.
Yeah.
But even if I think back to when I was young and like friends who had step parents and they just something.
We have been programmed to think you're not family. This is not a union. Like, you are an outsider. You are evil. So when wicked people are coming into families, they're not coming in thinking, I'm going to be this wholesome parenting figure to you. If you're a wicked person, there's nothing stopping you from being wicked, because there is no kind of there's no positivity on your role anyway.
I was thinking as well about Ashley John Baptiste's experience with his Caribbean foster parent when he was just taken away.
Yeah.
And there was no goodbye. There was no closure for him.
He wasn't given a heads up. He wasn't told before.
And the theme here is children experiencing abandonment from parental figures without
any explanation.
And that, I feel like this often happens to children, is that they just have to deal with the consequences of the relationships that happen around them, and then are left confused and wondering and feeling abandoned and feeling like, unable to make sense of the feelings even that are coming up for them because they've not been explained.
100%.
And that feels like a theme.
100%. And even explanation to your children, it's so funny. I was just having a conversation. It's so different. Cree's got a mini operation on Monday. I was just saying, I was telling the big kids, nothing to worry about. I said, don't tell him. I'm going to tell him on Sunday night and just prepare him. And the kids went to me, why are you going to tell him? Just wake him up and take him to the hospital. I said,
it's traumatic.
No way I'm going to wake him and take him to the hospital. I'm going to prepare him. I'm going to let him know what's happened. I'm going to let him know he's going to have a needle.
Yeah.
I'm going to prepare him for what's to come.
Yeah.
So that he doesn't freak out.
Yeah. And
but
even if he does.
It's fun. He knows what he's going into. I prefer to prepare him for that at home.
Yeah.
But a lot of people think it's okay because children are young that they don't need explanations.
Yeah.
It's a massive thing for me, like explaining everything.
Yeah.
And this is the same about telling loved ones that you love them.
We as adults know the trauma that we've gone through as kids when things haven't been explained, when certain things have been done.
Yeah.
That I don't understand now, while the adults that are parents can't see that's going to happen to their children when they don't explain, when they don't let them say goodbye to the step parent.
Yeah.
When it's just being too selfish and not doing what's best for the child.
Yeah.
Like, if we could all just learn from our mistakes as adults with the next generation, think how great the next generation would be.
Absolutely. Absolutely.
Or maybe if you never experienced that, or because these parents might not have experienced anything like this before, so they're not seeing the necessity of this relationship continuing for their children, and they might be thinking, well, the children have got us. But my whole thing is that you saw the necessity in them meeting this stepmom when you were dating her.
Yeah,
you didn't keep her separate. So it's a thing of where, it's a type of selfishness. You're serving yourself. I'm not considerate enough to think, maybe if she's upset, my kids might be upset. Or I'm not curious enough to go to my kids and say, are you guys okay?
Yeah.
You've just decided it's not appropriate. You're being silly.
Yeah. I think, do you know what? There's power in writing stuff down, and maybe writing a letter or
and reading it back to yourself.
Yeah. No, but also to the mum. The mum that's saying it's not appropriate. It doesn't have to be anything arsey. It can just be like, I had a great relationship with these kids. I respect you, respect your decision.
Yeah.
However, I've been part of all these massive things. I would love.
If she's crying herself to sleep every night, I don't think that's a bad idea.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like, just expressing it.
It may never
Starting
get to the
with
kids'
the parents. Yeah, but at least.
And just keep a record.
Yeah.
Keep a record.
I think also as well, being more mindful when going into a relationship with somebody who has children and assuming the role of step parent, being more mindful around the conversations that happen and expectations that are set around, if we did break up, I think we need to normalize that.
Yes.
At the moment, I always talk about there being no blueprint for the blended family. And we're kind of just
Winging
it and freestyling it. And as you said, like the cultural references are the evil step parent, but there aren't like right now I'd struggle to think about cultural references for a blended family that is positive and aspirational. Like what?
Apart from us.
Here we are.
Yeah.
Here we are, guys.
We're,
like, comment, subscribe.
We're changing it, but it's like a tree. It's like, you know, you plant that seed and the tree, you might be dead before the tree actually grows to its full potential.
Yeah, it's so
I hope
true.
not as well.
Die first.
I hope not. Like, I hope not as well, but I'm just saying, like, little by little, step by step, there's a change the more that we talk about these things.
Yeah.
But to this woman, like, she should cry and she should cry well. Yeah. She should grieve loudly and she should express her feelings however she needs to, rationally. And what the power of 18 is something she should hold on to. When them kids come of age, you send them a DM. I don't care, I would.
Listen, this situation, I think we've all spoke about it before, is like scary for all of us sitting here. So the fact that this lady's going through it is just not nice at all.
Not at all.
It's because it's not scary for me.
Is it not?
No.
But
are you not worried about that?
Sadness around this situation.
No, I'm not worried about it because if it ever happens, like, I've checked in the bank. I love you. And if we separate, the power of 18 is always there.
See, that is such what I do respect about you is that you just are quite firm.
So practical.
You're practical and firm with how you feel. I'm not like that. I know that I've told my stepkids 1,000 times I love them, more than that. Tell them 5 times a day, more than that. I'm still terrified if that happens. I will still doubt it. I doubt they love me on a daily basis. I know they love me. Yeah. I think it's my insecurities. So I think she's obviously feeling like she's lost a huge part of her life.
Yeah.
This is all very raw, very new, very fresh. And she needs to do what she needs to do. I'm so sorry. Like, she needs to cry out loud. She needs to, like, talk to that man and say, listen, I don't know what you're doing. It's unfair. These are the reasons why. She needs to try and not take it lying down because that's her life. You can't just snatch her from her life and say you have no access to what was. I think that is just so cruel. Even if it's to say, the way you've handled me has been horrible and I don't respect it. Anyway, have a good life. Bye. She should do that.
I've not even considered, oh my God, I know we're wrapping up, but I've not even considered that maybe he wants a clean break and maybe her having access to the children is going to muddy the waters for him.
Yeah, he's out of order.
Yeah, but then he shouldn't have got involved in the first place.
Yeah, he's out of order.
They can't pick and choose.
Yeah. Exactly. Yeah. Is she a toy?
Yeah.
All right.
Is she a toy? Sorry. Okay, enough of that, Nats.
I think to round it up, it's just really important that stepmom really accepts the big feelings that she's feeling, crying herself to sleep every night. Like, it's so sad to hear that she's experiencing that and she's described it as bereavement. But it is really important that she continues to express and let those big feelings out. I think continuing to communicate with biological mum and dad about how she's feeling, maybe writing a letter or, you know, sending a text message and just letting them know how much the children do mean to her. And maybe seeking out some therapeutic support as well, because the reality of the situation, and you're so great at explaining that, Cilla, but the reality of the situation is that she doesn't have parental rights and she doesn't have a huge amount of influence here. So she needs to focus on getting herself into a place where she's strong and she can move on. Yeah. But it's a really sad situation.
Yeah, it is. It really, really is. I think you rounded that up perfectly, Nats.
Thank you.
So thank you so much for listening and for watching. If you are watching on YouTube, then please remember to hit the subscribe button and please send in all your questions and dilemmas to the Blended Instagram. We will be here at the same time next week. So lots of love. Mwah.